Alright guys, welcome back to RT2, and I haven't uploaded in this channel in a while. I've been mainly focusing on the main channel a little bit, Roast Tires, in case you don't know where the RT and RT2 comes from. That's where it comes from. That's pretty much where all my car content goes. Cars are pretty much my main hobby, but games have always been that second hobby, but that's a little bit of background, like a short, brief background on RT2. But today's video is actually pertaining to a more modern console that I worked on in one of the last videos, which was, in case you're new, I did a full case swap on my Game Boy Advance SP. It was my very first console, and I actually have the blue case that it was originally in now bagged up. I'm probably eventually going to buy a second set of hinges for the orange setup on the Game Boy and then put this together with all the other screws I have. And make it like a display thing. Or who knows, maybe even buy a parts advance and put that case on it. I really don't know, but as far as that goes, that's what I've done. I don't have the Game Boy in here to show you guys the final product, obviously. I'll do a video on the case swap down the road. Kind of like how it goes, how I like it, how it feels, and whatever. I'll do a full review on the case swap in the future, but that's the last video on this channel, in case you guys haven't subscribed or are new to this channel in general. That was the last video I did. But today's video is not on a older console, as the theming of this channel might seem with the intro, the logo, and the fact that I did a Game Boy Advance for the first setup, for the first project. We're going to be getting a new project soon, and now behind me is a Nintendo Switch. It is by far my favorite console I have in my collection right now. For nostalgia's sake, the Game Boy Advance and the PS2 are like the biggest nostalgia fest for me, because that's what I grew up with. I grew up, I was born in '99, so I had been born after the N64s and the PS1 era, so I was pretty much alive for the beginning of the PS2, the GameCube era. I do have some childhood memories of the GameCube. I went to an after-school program and played that, so I wasn't really introduced to Nintendo until I got my GBA, which I was probably about 5 or 6 when I got that. I didn't even know what Nintendo was until then, because I literally only played PlayStation. I didn't even know the Xbox was a thing. I thought the 360 was their first console, so for the longest time, until I found out they made one earlier. The actual Xbox One. But anyway, I've become a bit of a Nintendo nerd since. I own the majority of my console collection is Nintendo. I have 2 Sonys. I have one at-game Sega kind of deal, and I have an Xbox, a new Xbox One. And then the rest are all Nintendo. So, anyway, the new project involves the Switch. Now behind me, it's running a KO Custom Creations Switch Cube themed, or GameCube, I should say, GameCube themed skin. I bought the skin from Australia about maybe 2 or 3 months ago. A lot of you guys who subscribed to the main channel may remember when I did a video on that, because originally everything was combined into one channel. I did full-on gameplay videos on the main channel for the longest time, and then I moved over to not doing gameplay videos anymore. I switched to doing strictly car content, occasional like console projects or talking about other stuff, which included when I bought the Switch and we went to a couple midnight release parties, or a midnight release party with that thing. Well, not my Switch in particular. My friend the Gaming Goomba also attended that. We played Smash on the back of my truck with his Switch. But my Switch has been rocking the Switch Cube theme for, like I said, a few months. I'm not worried about the skin at all. I've watched several videos of the page who built that skin, or printed it I should say. They published where they showed that after 30 days there was no damage on the Switch. But unfortunately that skin's going to be coming off in the very near future. And the wallpaper behind me on my computer might give you a hint on what's going on. So, a lot recently, ever since I got my N64, I've become a lot more of a fan of the N64 than maybe even the GameCube. I've played a lot of Mario 64, Mario Kart 64 is a thing. I haven't gotten to play that yet. A lot of classics I love on an N64, and is by far my favorite retro. If I had to pick a favorite retro, because I don't consider the GameCube retro yet, I consider like anything older than like 2000 to be retro when it comes to consoles. So, for example, my N64 that I picked up recently, my NES, my At Games Genesis, this is primarily based on a 16-bit console. yeah, my Game Boy Color, stuff like that, to be retro. And my N64 has like captivated me. And you know, part of it might just be that Mario 64 is such a legendary game, and I finally get to own it and play through it, and I love it to death. But actually, it's actually part of it's the controller. A lot of people hate the three-prong controller. I love it to death. I get why people don't like it. It's a very odd design, but I, for one, actually really like the controller. But anyway, that's beside the point. It does bring me into the future of the project, though. But this next project is going to be also through Etsy, ironically enough. I found a company that will custom develop Joy-Cons based on the N64 with a backplate as well. Now, my Switch I didn't purchase with a warranty. I purchased it from Best Buy last year, and I'm assuming either one, the warranty's either expired if it had one, and two, I don't think I purchased it with a warranty at all. So pretty much, I have nothing to worry about with warranties. Plus, I don't own any third-party docks, so my Switch isn't getting fried. I don't own any sort of accessories that would kill the Switch, and I'm actually extremely careful with it. It hardly ever leaves my house, to be honest with you. I usually, the most, I take it to my buddy's house every once in a while. It never actually, most of the time I take it over there, but it never leaves the case. So it usually stays inside my Pokeball carrying case. But like, I hardly ever take the Switch out of the dock. So, I'm very careful with it. But anyway, the whole change of theme was primarily due to my love for the N64, my recent addiction to that thing. I do love the GameCube, don't get me wrong, the GameCube's a fantastic system, and I'm so thankful that I have a friend who's willing to give me one completely for free, as long as I went out and bought cables for it, because he happens to have a crap ton of them, including one of the more hard to find here in the States, orange ones, where his is a JDM import, or JDM I should say, I'm a car guy, so JDM, it's an imported console pretty much. But for stuff like the GameCubes and stuff like that, you know, I like it. I like it. It's a good console. But the N64 just has that edge on me. And I don't know why. I can't really explain why I like the N64 more. I mean, it's obvious. I mean, my wallpaper, my iPhone wallpaper, which you guys obviously can't see because I'm using it to record the video, and my intro even, my logo is all N64 based. Would I say it's my favorite console of all time? No, the Switch still takes that. I love the Switch to death, and it's by far the best $300 I've ever spent. But anyway, what's the project? So the company custom builds a backplate and Joy-Cons. You can either do a shell exchange, or you can buy pre-assembled Joy-Cons that are completely brand new. I'm going with the pre-built option because while it's a lot more expensive to go this route, it keeps me from having to tear down Joy-Cons. And I thought the GBA was hard. I watched a video on a shell exchange and a Joy-Con, and I was like, yeah, no. Because I don't want to butcher one of those and have to buy a brand new one. Because new ones are not cheap. I was at Best Buy a couple months ago with my buddy, and they were like $70 for new Joy-Cons. I was like, nope. So I'd rather get pre-assembled ones where I know that they're sent me in working order and they have all I want. So what theme are we going with? So it's an N64 theme, and unlike a skin, which I honestly thought I'd be okay with the feeling of the skin, but the texture just feels off. And now me having ASD does make me a lot like hypersensitive to texture. It just doesn't feel right. I can't get behind it. I preferred the feel of the stock Joy-Con feel versus having like stickers on top of the buttons. And plus, with the joysticks are concerned, I still can't get them to flatten out. I've been trying for months, and I played with them for a little while, and I still can't get them to flatten out. So, having brand new Joy-Cons that are pre-built to have everything I wanted, to look how I want them to, and including, I optioned out for a D-pad, so I'll be having that. I haven't ordered it just yet, but I pretty much decided on how I want it to look. Now, what else am I having done? So, what's the design? It's jungle green. It's a fantastic color. They had Arctic blue and atomic purple as options, which would be my other two picks. But jungle green is like my favorite color the N64 came in. And the day I went to buy mine from Steel Collectibles in Kennesaw, Georgia, they had a jungle green system for double the price as mine. And I didn't have the money at the time, but I was like, man, I should just wait and buy this one. But with stores like that, stuff flies off the shelf. So I was like, I think I'll just get the normal one. It's just a different color. And plus, that opened the door for this. So, what's the plan of the project? So first off, I'm going to get this backplate and Joy-Con kit. Part of it too is going to make having party games a lot more fun, because instead of having 2 people, you have 4. For games like Mario Party, it makes the game a lot more enjoyable. Now granted, I have a crap ton of controllers as it is. I have a Pro controller, I have the GameCube adapter, it's not the official, it's a brick adapter. I also have the a set of Joy-Cons. So I can fully go 4-player games. I can do 4-player Smash, especially for like my buddies that bring over their own GameCube controllers. It makes playing games like Mario Kart, Smash, stuff like that. That's Pro controller support. Crazy fun because you can have so many people. But part of it is, like I said, the N64 is probably one of my favorite game systems of all time. I like the theming more, and plus, like I said, hardware versus skin. I like having the actual texture of the stuff. And granted, I could have just left the stickers alone for the buttons, but it just wouldn't look right with the theme. So like I said, I'm getting custom Joy-Cons that are N64 based. The X and Y button are yellow, or yeah, the X and Y button are yellow. The A and B buttons are the standard N64 colors. And then I'm getting a D-pad on the other side on the left Joy-Con. These will be completely usable with all games, including Pokemon Let's Go and Mario Party, which is fantastic. But what else is going to happen with it? So another store in Etsy also sells custom dock shield faceplates. I plan on getting a dock shield. They sell them at GameStop, and they're not terribly expensive, and I do have a rewards card, so that'll help me out in that process. And I ordered this from online. It's a Smash 64 theme. To keep going to the N64 theme, we're going to run it on green lights, obviously, because one thing I could do is do what, I forget the guy's name. I know it, but I don't know how to pronounce it, and I don't want to butcher it. He took a broken N64 and converted it into a dock for the Switch. And while that was an idea for me, I don't want to brick my Switch because I am not a very rich person, despite how, I have a second monitor and whatever. I have a wheel set up behind me, but I'm not very rich. I pretty much go to school full time. I don't have a job, so pretty much any money I get is just luck. Or, I work for my parents pretty much, so I do get paid. But, it's not like I'm working 9 to 5 making $1,000 a week. It would take me quite a while to save up for another Switch if I bricked it. So, preferably, I like to keep this one going. So that's why I'm not doing that route. So I'm going to use my original dock I have. I'm probably going to deskin it as well. And convert it into just this nice looking Smash 64 front plated dock. And then my last little thing I want to do is get the G-Bros adapter from 8BitDo. Get the RAFNet N64 to GameCube adapter. And you guessed it at this point, buy a Jungle Green controller. Granted, I'll be using a third-party controller because I don't have the money and I really don't want to spend $50 on a used N64 controller. It's probably already dead anyway. Granted, I know the Chinese ones that you can buy on eBay are not great either, but it's better than nothing. And that'll be the full setup. That'll be my N64 themed Switch. Granted, I will still have the Joy-Cons, and I'm obviously buying them with good reason. As they will be used for portable mode, and I do prefer D-pad over the directional buttons they have. I find the directional buttons kind of dumb, but it works well for how the Joy-Cons are designed to be used, as those directional buttons can be used as A, B, X, and Y. But I prefer D-pad, so that's why I'm optioning out for the D-pad. Now, granted, like I said, I should be able to get the order placed this week for the kit. I got to work out exactly how I'm going to get the G-Bros adapter, and the controller itself is like $15, so I'm not really too butthurt over that. But everything else I'm going to have to buy separately at a later date. But hopefully the kit won't take too long to come in. Like I said, it's not a lot to the Joy-Cons themselves. If it's made to order, then it might take a minute. But the back plate is probably going to be like stuff in the box and it comes in. So why am I doing that versus reskinning? Reskinning would be a lot cheaper. The kit, including the D-pad Joy-Con options in Jungle Green, is about $200. As for the skinning it would be $25 to do the same exact setup, the KO Custom Creations skin on my Switch. Part of it is, like I said, the texture of the skins just doesn't feel right to me. I thought I would really enjoy it, but I really don't. and it's not to say the skins are bad. The skins are fantastic, look great, and the quality is really great. But it's just the texture bothers me. And again, that's just a side effect of me having ASD, so it's just something that I do. Which is, again, why I'm going for custom Joy-Cons versus having skins. Plus, like I said, it's just added stuff. I'll have extra Joy-Cons to pass around for games of Mario Party and stuff of that nature. And plus, it'll look really cool when I go to like midnight releases and I have my jungle green Switch with me. That's that. I just wanted to introduce the new Switch project. I'll have another video filming tomorrow with my friend who actually gave me the GameCube. We'll be talking about the recent Nintendo Direct. As well as I'll be putting out some reviews on some products here soon. I need to get some more batteries because the thing I'm reviewing doesn't have very good battery life at all, but it is Switch related. So it also plays into the green theme. It's my Pro controller I got for Christmas. So again, if you weren't subscribed to the main channel, you probably wouldn't even know I had it. But anyway, that's the Switch project. I know this was a pretty long video, but I wanted to introduce the Switch project to you guys. See what you guys think about it, and yeah, so hope you guys like this video. Be sure to subscribe for more. Be sure to go subscribe to my main channel for more car stuff if you're into that kind of stuff. But here is going to be pretty much where all of my gaming stuff, like whether I start doing gameplay videos again or if I do console mods for good on this channel, this will be where it all goes. So thank you guys all again for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.